weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Indianapolis Colts. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Here we go, back. Go, 38. Nice, 97. Black Ultra. Cut.
Two and a throw right away.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Ready?
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And if you're wondering just how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats says 21.8 miles per hour.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Again, it's Taylor.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, 38 yards. And the Colts will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. First carry for Josh Jacobs. It was Justin Houston who got him down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Blue striker. Ready.
Tua sets up to pass it.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing.
It knocked loose.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams.
On the move past the 40.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now Carr. Buying time to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now on 2nd and 13, Tua. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Denzel Berryman.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A gain of 3, second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Carr
gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Adams, the man in motion left. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to find Waller. That's complete. He's going to have the first down and then some. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Jacobs again.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Raiders 10.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. On first down, they go with Jacobs again.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. On play action, now Carr. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end, that's Waller.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
What now?
Here's Jacobs. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Here's Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee going into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in. Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He finds him up, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Well, they talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Carlson on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Raiders 27, Colts 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Looking to throw again on second down. Tua. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. A first down run with Jacobs going to be well-read defensively as they'll stop him for a loss of a couple. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 76 yards. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Carr now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Looking to pass. Tua. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And now here is another interception. Anthony Averett picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Pass complete to Alec Cox.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Let's go now. Yellow.
2 to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now Tua.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, it doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got